Hi guys, how are you? In this part of the video, I will describe or tell you that how can a book be your best friend? Yes, friends, or the guys who are watching me here, and you might have heard from your seniors, from your father, your grandfather, grandmother, your relatives, that book is your best friend and always make books your best friend. But there are some antisocial elements or the person, people, they are living in the society. They think that reading books means earning more and more money in future. There are several persons. Their purpose is that if someone goes to school, if someone goes to college, and if you read several number of books, then they completely link it to earning money and for having your success in your future. On that reason, I am going to create this video, and I want to draw the attention of those antisocial people. They are living in the society or the country, and they completely connect bookish knowledge with earning more and more money. Guys, what happens that when a child is born, she is a blank slate. She doesn't know what's going on in the environment. She only perceives it. She only realizes it. But she doesn't have the ability to react in the same order an adolescent or a senior one does. So when a child is brought up in the environment, like if a child is brought up in Canada, if the child is brought up in USA, if the child is brought up in any rural areas where there are not so much facilities of electricity and other kind of everyday means, then she is deprived of many of the things, worldly things a child is required. So in this case, we can say that it depends on the person, areas, country, and the people where a child is brought up. When a child is brought up, I already told you, she is a blank slate. If this brain is the blank slate, if it is freed in the environment, so what will happen that the brain can take any right or wrong decision. And to control the brain, it is necessary to have the education, to train you in a proper order. And if your brain is trained in a proper order, then it is also a success. And because the success is due to your education, reading the books, sitting near a senior ones who have abysmal knowledge, she is always ready to help you to hone your knowledge style and your attitude. So the success is at first on brain, not on the job, and link you connect success with earning more and more money to have your colossal building, to have a large acres of land, and to all many things you have toured throughout the world. So these are not the real meaning of the success. The people who are antisocially behaving with such person, they are reading books, that you read books because of earning a lot of money, is completely far-wighted, unacceptable if you go if you educationally research on it. Because if your brain is not successful, you can never be successful. And to make the brain successful, it's necessary to read the books. And without reading the books, your brain can never be successful. Now many of us think that the person who doesn't go to school, college, how they survive? They don't have the knowledge. Yes, they have the knowledge. They have social knowledge. They sit beside such persons who have already acquired so much abysmal knowledge, and she transmits the same knowledge to nearby person. So it is called that everything depends on the companion you sit with him, her. If your companion is not trustworthy, if your companion has a lot of bad habits, then the same bad habits may be transmitted from him, her to you. Therefore, if you read books, you can easily analyze that who is right and who is wrong near about you. There are several educated persons, they also do the wrongdoings in his or her life. So after reading the books, after having the higher education and proper education, still if you have the bad manners, bad habits, still you act in the same way as any uneducated or illiterate act, then your education means nothing here. It means still you need to train your brain, and for that it may take many hours, many months, and many years. That means that despite having a good education, you are still far away from your success, because the first success is training the brain. If you are healthy with the brain, then you are successful, because a healthy brain can play an important or vital role in any place. So reading the books and having a higher education and good education doesn't mean that you should have the good quality of job as your friends, neighbors, and all of the family members emphasize frequently on you, and they have high expectation with you to have the better kind of job in future. If you are completely sound with your brain, you are trained with the brain, then you can utilize this brain to anywhere and you can earn money. And how can you train your brain and make it successful? I already told you that there are the two ways for the person who are the students who can go under the supervision, under the introspection of such person who have already acquired a lot of worldly knowledge and who can transmit such knowledge to you. And the person who are not, who don't have the advantage to go to school, colleges, or somewhere else, any organization, institute, to have the knowledge, then nowadays there are the multimedia, there are the mobile phones, there are several other online means where she can watch the videos and she can acquire knowledge. Okay, if you can watch movies, if you can watch, if you listen to music, if you watch serials, if you have several things, then it means that you must have also the ability to learn all these things. Okay, so I want to tell you that book is your best friend, and always think that book was best friend, is best friend, and will always be a best friend for someone's life. Everyone can trick you, everyone can cheat with you, everyone can push you back, everyone can pull your leg, but book will always be sympathetic, honest, and always be lovable for you, and it will always be with you. Whenever you die, you pass away from the earth, still the same knowledge you also take away with you. So only, and the knowledge you acquire from the books can never be distributed, never be divided, and never be snatched away either from your brother or sister, from your family members, and from others. I had the same disposition earlier myself when my grandfather and several other teachers and senior to me, they always told me that if you have the knowledge, it can't be easily taken away from others. And yes, the same thing happened. I realized in my life that yes, if you have the good knowledge, then no one can snatch it. And if you have building, if you have lands, if you have a lot of money, if you have several others worldly life or worldly pleasure, then someone may try to just snatch from you, because nowadays the first thing is that many of us, they don't want to work hard, but their first purpose is somehow to snatch someone's property, someone's money, and someone's acquired things she has acquired in her life through working hard. Now the students who are reading, who are learning in who are learning something in everyday's life, and who are the students or the of the college or of school life or somewhere else, if she thinks that only reading books is to have a good job, forget it. Reading books doesn't mean a job, doesn't mean that you should have high skill of job in your life. Reading books, first thing is to train your brain make your brain successful. And if your brain is successful, you are always comfortable, you are always successful in any kind of job you prefer in future. If you want to be doctor, you will be doctor. If you want to be engineer, you want to be engineer. If you want to be if you want to be a lecturer, you must be a lecturer, because your brain is already trained and you are completely uninfluenced by your friends and by others. If you have the bookish knowledge, whatever you have learned in the book, you have learned several theories, you have learned several philosophers, you have learned several social, environmental, economical, and several other causes of ups and downs, degradations, creations, and destruction of the world. You can never be affected. If someone is saying, hey, what you're doing, you should not do, you should start doing something else. Now you have learned much. You can never be affected, because you know already, you have learned in the book. So this is the power of the book. This is the power of the knowledge. And if you have the knowledge, then many of your friends, at first, initially, if she doesn't work hard and if she is much interested in some other business, would never suggest you to learn more and more books and to just develop your life. Yeah. Now there are the questions that can you keep on reading throughout your life, because the life is limited. It is only 70 years or 80 years, 100 years. If you don't have the bad habits, you can scale the life in such order. But is it possible that can someone read books throughout the life? Yes, it is possible that someone can read the books throughout the life. What happens that if you read the books, the more you read the books, the more you have the knowledge. The more you sit under the introspection, under the supervision of the learned one, you would have the knowledge. If you are with the companionship of the highly knowledgeable person, you would have the knowledge. So knowledge is not limited. It is ever flowing things, and it flows like the water current. Now the question rises, there are several family members. Whenever you read the books after 30, after 40, after 50, then many of the family members say, now how many years will you be able to read the books? Now you have already passed several years reading the books. Because the family members' purpose is they try to indicate you that now leave reading the books, leave learning worldly things. Now you need to use your knowledge earning money. And what happens, friends and guys, try to always think in your life. The more you try to earn money, the more you try to chase after money, the more it slips from your hand, because you don't know the tactics how to earn money. A person who does the work from morning to evening, she does the work from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. but she has the salary of only 20,000, 25,000. But a person who only does the work in any organization, she only does the work 2 hours, 1 hour, and she earns 25,000 or 20,000. So there is only 2 hours earning of 20,000 and 25,000. What is the difference? That one is doing the work from morning to evening, and another one is earning the same money during 2 hours. Yes, this is knowledge. This is the thing she has learned it technically or professionally, and this is why she earns in this order. So bookish knowledge or the knowledge is far greater than the thing you learned that doesn't have any value in your life. Okay. Now what happens that whoever there are the persons, they are living in the society, they anti-socially pass the message to the youngsters that how many days will you be learning books, how many days will you be preparing for your examination for government or the private sector. Because these are such the persons whose aim is to distract you from your learning order, from your achievement, from your purpose. Because They don't want to now see you furthermore reading the books or for earning or acquiring the knowledge. Yes, if you do any bad activities in your everyday life, any bad habits or any delinquency in everyday life, no one will come there and tell you, hey, why are you just doing any delinquent work here? Because she knows that if you do any delinquent activity, then you would suffer a great loss in future, and that time no one will be able to just do like that, and neither they will help you nor they will tell you the consequence of your delinquency. Now, there are several other questions that come to hand. Whenever you start doing any good work in the society, because reading book is also a good work in the society, there are several things they are good for society. Like if you are worshipping the God honestly, if you are teaching someone honestly, if you are passing the message in the society honestly, if you are serving the people honestly, and if you are trying to bring welfare in the society or for others, then there are several barriers in your life, because you are trying to bring goodness, welfareness in the society. And whenever there is the question of welfareness and goodness, then there are several hurdles in your life, because other person, they are not good with their activities, they have the bad manners, they don't want to let you do like that. They want to see you in the same way, because they don't want to see your level upgraded. They want to see you like them, and they want to not see you or let you be successful, and they think that there should not be any likelihood for any sudden changes in your life. So friends or guys, I would suggest you that if someone tells you that reading a book is to bring a lot of money in your life, then that's not true at all. Who made money in the world? At first you need to think of it. Who told you that you should make currency in the life? You need to think of it. Who told you that there should be the gold coin, there should be the brass coin, there should be the silver coin, there should be the dollar, there should be the pound? You should think about it. It is all the creation of human beings. It is not naturally found. So whenever a human being tried to play with the nature, there is the consequence of the nature, because human beings themselves, for the sake of their advantage, to bring poorness and richness in the world, they try to bring the barrier of the rich and poor with the help of the financial system in the world. And that is completely the blame game with nature. Even what happened that you might have seen in the serials and several other religious or devotional sectors sphere there, that earlier in those days you would have seen Ramayana, Mahabharata and several other serials there, or in other religions there are several other stories about richness and poorness. Is it necessary to divide the rich and poor sector in the life? Is it necessary to make the people divide on the name of the currency, on the name of their success? And success is completely related to the currency. Success is always related to your everyday lifestyle, luxurious lifestyle. No, that's not fact. The people don't try to understand that success doesn't mean that you earn more and more money in your life. Success means that you are trained with brain psychologically, and you are able to also train others in the same order. You want to bring harmony in the society and for others. You want to bring welfare for others, and you are also able to achieve such goal in your life. Here success means only there are several youngsters nowadays, because when I was 14 or 15 years old, that time I was working in the companies or offices. I always felt myself that many of them thought that success meant a lot of money. Success meant house. Success meant lot of land. Success means beautiful wife. Success means a beautiful lifestyle, luxurious lifestyle. No, that is not true meaning of success. If you just think about it naturally, then these all are the things that you are try to bring for your own luxurious lifestyle. It doesn't have any connection with the poor people for the sake of that. And how rich has become the rich? Because of the mercy of the poor. Poor has worked hard in any factory, in any society, in any organization. Then the rich are the rich nowadays. If you find out all the industrialists in the country or in the world, how they become the good industrialists, how they become so much rich nowadays, because of the poor, because poor worked under them, and this is why rich become the rich. So if there are no poor in the world, there would be no rich. It means with rich, the poor has also the place, but rich doesn't always don't have always the same conscience to judge this poor person in the same order. Yeah, there are several industrialists that don't have even a single penny boastfulness themselves, and she never considers himself or herself that she is a rich boy or girl. She thinks that whatever she has got in the world, it is due to her work hard, it is due to her right direction. And if any poor comes before her, she always loves her in the same way as she loves his daughter, his friend, and all the person. So nature, whenever human being try to play with the nature always shows very dire consequence. Nowadays, the same thing is happening. Due to make a lot of money and to make any country, any family or any state financially strong, what is happening here in the world, that every country or every state or every person nowadays, they are trying to excel others with the help of the money or financial crisis system. And for that thing, any sector or any specific country, person or place, they are taking even illegal, unnecessary actions, unnatural actions to do like that. You would have seen nowadays that there are several unnatural incidents that is happening for the sake of making country, state, family or other places more and more financially strong. Why is it happening? Is it natural? No. Human has created money. Human has created the money of gold, dollar, pound, euros, and there are several other currencies. They are in circulation in the world. It is only for their own convenience. It is only for their own advantage. The value of all the currencies they are circulated in the world is all the creation of the humans, not nature. Nature never told humans to make so much valuable currencies in the world. Now question rises, if there is no currency, then how can something be purchased and how can be transaction possible in the world? Yes, that's right. These all things have been developed only to make the barriers of the humans. Though the humans belong to any race, any religion or any sector of the world, but these have all been deliberately created. Nature never told to do like that. Nowadays, whatever you are facing in the world, that any country is undeveloping or any country is developed, it is due to the nature of the humans. Because the nature has provided the world in a same order. Everywhere you can find trees, everywhere you can find animals, everywhere you can find oxygen, everywhere you can find nitrogen, and everywhere there are all the natural things available. But whatever the things they are found in the world available, now what you are doing, you are trying to just make it less or more so that you can be supreme, one can be supreme in the world, and this is why it's happening. Actually, what happened that when industrial revolution came in England or other parts of the Europe, then there were several objections by the naturalists. They completely passed several objectionable message to the society that now the end of nature is very near, because it was the year of 17th or 18th century. So now the same thing is happening in the world. The destruction of the nature day after day is playing a good role. Now the human has learned books and they technically use their brain power to manufacture such things, tools, explosives, ammunitions, atom bombs, and there are several other things to destroy the world for the sake of their own advantage, not for all human being advantage there. One wants to, if one is there is the family members, then there are the neighbors, they want to acquire more and more land of the neighbor. She tries to just capture the land of the nearby neighbor. If there are the village, then the villagers want to acquire more and more village land nearby village. If there are the blocks, there are the state want to expand its territory from this place to another place. If there are the organization person, they are doing the work in an organization. If she is doing the work on the junior level, she tries to excel as a senior level. If someone is now at the good, powerful position, she also tries to just push others, put others behind, and want to excel himself, herself in the life. What is happening? Actually, human being is unable to control on the desire, and this is why there are several problems, law, order, message that has been created in the world. These all are due to the human's nature. Because if you pass one law, then there would be automatically somewhere there will be the boundaries. And there were several philosophers, they were the thinkers, they were the motivators in the world. They also told that the nature of the human being is nowadays enchained in a cage. And now this is why human being is not feeling freedom, and she is completely restricted to some other place. Now, because these all are the subjects of the philosophy and the ethics, there are some ethics which I have joined it all together. I want to tell you that should it all be destroyed, whatever I have explained to you? Can the world be bring in the same order as it was before Edison's invention of electricity? Because electricity came and there were several changes it started in the world. Actually, what happened that you should have the sustainable development. So the world now put the action on sustainable development. You should develop in such a order that your future can also take advantage of your development. Whatever you are utilizing in the world, your future should not have any negative impact. They should also be able to use all those facilities nature has provided you today. And now a human being is so much greedy that she doesn't want to let a single thing for the future. She wants to acquire in his 70, 80 or 100 years of lifestyle. And these they have all learnt in the book. So learning the books has also the positive or negative impact, as I already told you. That if you use your knowledge in a positive order, then it will bring harmony, welfare and goodness in the society. But if you just misuse your knowledge or books, then 100% you will completely have the downfall or decline. So here there are several ways by which you can compare the bookish knowledge with other things, but bookish knowledge or book is always mightier than the sword. You know that a pen is always mightier than the sword. You would have listened to this saying from someone else. But here there is the question that is it necessary to just deny all the facts have been prepared, have been created by the humans? No, as all these things have been set up, and it took several years to set up. Since human beings, they were living in jungle, they were living in forest, they were dependent on the green grass, on the leaves of the trees, on the branches of the trees, on roads, on hunting the animals. But gradually, from Paleolithic, Mesolithic age, Neolithic age, now Bronze age, then different Iron age, they came gradually, and then the Indus Valley civilization. There was several civilization that developed in the world, and gradually nowadays we are at this place. So change is certain changes possible in the world. We should change ourselves, or we should always be live in the ancient era as we had been living in the past? That's the question. Yes, we should change ourselves, but we should change ecologically. We should change naturally. We should not destroy the nature. We should sustainably try to develop ourselves and not try to destroy the nature for the sake of our own advantage, for the sake of our own greedifulness. So as far as I am concerned with this, that if you are reading the book today and if your friend says, oh, you have learnt much, you have read much, now you don't need to touch the book, it means that she tries to pull your legs. Why doesn't your friend tell you that you are doing this bad work? Whenever you are indulged in any bad activities, why don't you or any friend come and tell you that you should not do this bad activity? But because we are reading a book, and reading a book is a good thing, then if someone discourages you, it means that she has the wrong intention behind that, and she should always think positive for the person who is bookish and who is reading the book. So book is the best friend. You must make it friend, and if you make it friend, then time will be the best friend for you. You should try to train your brain. If you are successful with your brain, you are able to train it, you will be successfully able to do some successful job in future, whether in the sector of engineering, art, medical, or other sectors. So thank you. By then, take care of yourself.